Hey friends, welcome back to another speed build in my Recreating The Sims 2 and The Sims 4 series. I really need to figure out an actual title for this series. Probably once I'm actually done with it, I'll finally figure that out. But yeah, today I'm building this giant greenhouse for the Greenman family from The Sims 2 Seasons, based on their house in River Blossom Hills that came with that expansion pack. So yeah, I'm building this in Brindleton Bay. I'm doing all of the River Blossom Hills families and houses and all of that in Brindleton Bay in The Sims 4. It's about the closest that I could find that I thought like created that sort of vibe that I was going for. It kind of matched the original world. So yeah, this house is, I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. The whole roof is is just glass. The second floor is basically a greenhouse. There's this big entryway that goes all the way up as well. And most of the living space is on the first floor. And yeah, really interesting house. The main tree that I ended up using, I believe that's from Jungle Adventure. And I just liked how it worked in the space. Like, it's very, there's not a lot of branches at the bottom. It's like just has like a very large canopy. And that worked out really well in this build. And I skipped ahead a little bit. I did end up expanding the house from the original floor plan, just because I wanted to move all of the living space on the main floor. And yeah, that worked out a lot better. The original had kind of a mix of like, there's a bedroom upstairs and some stuff downstairs, but I think the layout of this, I think, worked out a lot nicer. So downstairs there will be a living room, dining room, kitchen on the kind of left, and then two, well, I guess technically it could be 3 bedrooms. There's the parents' bedroom, the kids' room, and then the middle one is kind of like a flex space. It's kind of like an office, activity room. I end up putting a Murphy bed in there, so you can have, you could have guests stay over. It could just be turned into a bedroom. So, yeah, I think that worked out well in there. And I ended up using a ton of eco lifestyle stuff for this build. I kind of went in that more like eco-friendly sort of direction with it, since the, one of the Sims is supposed to be a plant sim. And yeah, I think that worked well in this house. I'm gonna say that. I say that a lot, I've noticed. Works well. So sorry about that, but yeah, and I haven't really told you about the Greenmans yet. If you aren't familiar with them, one of the families from The Sims 2 Seasons. It is Jason, Rose, and then Rose's daughter, Daisy. So Jason, he actually took Rose's last name. So originally he was Jason O'Mackey. There's also another O'Mackey family in River Blossom Hills that I will be doing later on, which is Jason's brother. And you'll actually see Jason's brother in the screenshots, because I had him like stay over as a guest. So that was kind of fun, and I play tested this house quite a bit. So everything should work. You'll probably see it later on. There's an issue where some things just deleted. I don't remember when that happened. So hopefully that doesn't happen like when you download it. I'm hoping it's just from like when I was building and maybe accidentally deleted stuff. But yeah, so the Greenmans, Rose, she is actually a plant sim. And she has a daughter, Daisy, with from previous relationship, who's also a plant sim in The Sims 2. But I don't think you can make toddlers or even like children or teens into plant. I think you make teens, but I don't think you can make younger sims into plant sims. But yeah. So yeah, I did create the sims like in Create a Sim, and they're available in the gallery if you want to download them. But I don't think you can upload them as a plant sim, because she was a plant sim when I uploaded them to the gallery, but it didn't actually save that way, which is a little bit annoying. But I did like the actual fruit that you need to turn a sim into a plant sim is available on the lot. At least I hope it uploads correctly. So you should be able to do that if you'd like. And here in the build, since I ended up with a lot of footage from this one, I ended up doing something a little bit different with a few of the rooms. So here I'm just kind of placing all of the items that I've already pulled out. So I slowed that footage down a little bit too, just so it's a little bit easier to see. But yeah, I'm gonna do the same with the living room because I spent a lot of time on this one and it was just a lot. So I thought this might be a good way to make it so you don't have to sit through all of that, but you get to see me kind of putting everything in there. And yeah, so I think that worked out pretty well. I'll do that for, I think, the other 2 bedrooms. I think actually all the other rooms on the other side too. But yeah, I think that worked out nicely. It'll speed back up a little bit for the bathroom. I probably could have done the same thing, but I don't know. You'll have to let me know if you like that kind of style. It was kind of nice to do it that way, like everything's already out, just gonna have to place it where it was. So yeah, let me know if you like that or not, and maybe I'll keep doing that, especially for these longer ones, because I think I ended up with like just under 7 hours of footage, which is pretty wild. So yeah, took quite a while for this build. I'm not really sure, because I mean, like, it is pretty large, but I don't know, I didn't think there was that much stuff in it, but I guess there was. So yeah, and on the second floor, I'll end up doing like a really big gardening section. So there'll be a ton of planters, and I do go through and I think I fill up all of the ones on that level with plants. So when you download it, you'll have tons of plants. I tried to do like one of most things. I didn't get everything, but most plants are covered. So if you want to download this and play with it, there's tons of plants available for you, including the forbidden fruit of the plant sim. So that's how I turned her into a plant sim when I was actually playing the game. So that will be available for you, assuming everything uploaded correctly. So I went through the whole process of there's like an item, it's like the magic, it's some sort of stump. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but you'll see that later on. There's like an area for it. And then you have to like collect all the magic beans and put those in it, and then it sprouts the tree, and then the sim goes through this like portal and gets the forbidden fruit seed, and I ended up planting that, so it should just keep replenishing. There's also just a ton of different activity items on this lot, so I put the like juice fizzing machine from Eco Lifestyle upstairs. I thought that would make sense if they're growing a whole bunch of different plants and stuff. There's a woodworking table, there's a flower arranging table, there's a bunch of gym equipment, because the original version had a bunch of gym equipment up on like the second level under the giant glass ceiling. So they pretty much have like a professional gym in their house, which is kind of cool. So yeah, here's that kind of flex space office. I don't know, I really liked having the Murphy bed in there. That worked out really nicely for having the Sim's brother stay over. So yeah, that was nice. And here is the toddler's room. Very Eco Lifestyle inspired. Used a lot of different items from that pack. I did put in an activity table, even though I'm pretty sure toddlers can't use that. But yeah, I thought, they just bought it because, just preparing for when she becomes a child. I also put a couple of like individual toys on that bookshelf, and the Sims kept wanting to put them away in the toy box, which was really annoying. So yeah, if your Sims keep doing that, I'm sorry, but I guess they just don't want toys laying around, which, is fair, I guess. But I thought they looked nicer on the shelf. They also have a giant pool here, which I kind of cut ahead a little bit there because I ended up expanding the room, and then I changed up the roof a little bit, so it just worked a little bit nicer this way. I put in some what look like live trees. Obviously, they're a decorative plant item from the catalog. And when I was playtesting this, I think the only kind of issue that I found was these wooden beams not going down when you put the walls down, which was pretty annoying. So if you want to delete those, I completely understand. No judgment. But yeah, that was kind of the only issue that I found with those. But yeah, I really like how this pool area turned out. I think this would be, I would love this in my house. But yeah, I think that's a really great, another great activity for them. The original build had a pool that was outside, but it was pretty small and kind of weird looking. I don't know. So I thought I would give them like a really nice big pool, which is especially nice if you do have, you know, a plant sim living here, since they do have a water need as part of their, you know, as part of their needs. So that's a really easy way to get that up, is just have them jump in the pool for a little bit. Yeah, so if you're not aware, the plant sims have a little bit different needs than a regular sim. So they have a water need, and then their hunger need is, they still have a hunger need, but it's based on sunlight, so they just need to be outside in the sun in order to get that. And yeah, so they can eat food, but it doesn't do anything for them, which is kind of interesting. And yeah, here is the gym area. Used a bunch of different, you know, workout equipment. I put in a whole climbing wall thing, which is really fun. I never really get to use that item, since it, you know, usually only makes sense in a commercial gym. But yeah, they have it up here since they have this really high ceiling and all of that. So also put in a couple of yoga mats here, but I do end up moving those. I don't know if it will be in the speed build part. It should be in the screenshots, but there will end up just being one yoga mat there, and then I put one in the pool area, which I think is really nice. And then for this other kind of smaller room, I made this like a dedicated meditation room. I thought that was a really good use of this small room. So I think this would be a really great place to meditate. You know, you can look out the windows, like toward the sea. There's like the lighthouse in the distance. So yeah, you'll have to stick around for the screenshots for sure, because there's a pretty good one from that room. And yeah, put another bathroom over there, just so there's one upstairs and close to the gym area, which I think made sense. Yeah, and there ends up being like 4 bathrooms in this house, so should be plenty of bathrooms hopefully for your Sims. And yeah, here is the juice fizzing room, and amazingly, this does work perfectly fine. I was worried that it was going to be too cramped in there, but yeah, it seemed to work perfectly fine. They were able to, you know, load the, you know, plant or fruit or whatever into it, run it, and then take out the finished product. So yeah, shouldn't have any issues with that if you want to use that item. And yeah, for this greenhouse area, I used these tables from, what was that? The Greenhouse Haven kit, I think is what it was called. Which I really like the table. I like the way it looks, but it feels criminal that they did not put more snap points on this. Like, I think there's like one on the top and one on the bottom, like at least like the main bigger snap points, when you clearly could have had a lot more on there. Like I had to raise these flowers up with a 9 key in order to get them to sit on the top, which just feels insane to me. So yeah, pretty annoyed with that item, but it just looked really nice in here, so I ended up using it anyway. Yeah, and I used a mix of planters, so there's a bunch of the kind of, I think they're self-watering. I feel like they came with Eco Lifestyle. I can't remember, but I used some of those. I used like the vertical ones, and then I used some like standard large ones up there for trees. So there's quite a few trees that I'll end up planting, a bunch of like shrub looking plants. So yeah, a good mix of everything. Yeah, I think that worked out nicely. There's also some flower pots in the pool area. I only fill, I think, 4 of them, the ones that are kind of like in the middle. So the ones at the corner are empty, so if you want to add, you know, more stuff or whatever, those are available for you. And yeah, like I said, I used a lot of Eco Lifestyle stuff, so had to get in all of the solar panels, the wind turbines, the water collectors, all of that. So and I also cheated the Sims traits a bit, and I gave them the handy trait that you normally get with, I think, by completing the Nerd Brain aspiration, where it lets you do the instant upgrade. So I went around and upgraded basically everything in the lot. So yeah, I don't normally do that, but I thought it would make sense for these Sims to do that, especially since while I was playing, I think the solar panels and the wind turbines got struck by lightning like 4 times. So that was a little bit annoying, but yeah, they should be upgraded. I think those transfer when you upload it to the gallery. So yeah, hopefully that works out well for you. And yeah, just kind of doing all the landscaping outside now. I really went ham with plants and everything. I thought that would, make perfect sense for them. So they love gardening and all of that. So I wanted to make it very lush, full of different colors and all of that. And I thought it'd be really fun to have this little outdoor movie area that they can, have. I mean, the toddler can't really watch it, but when she grows up to a child, she can do that. But yeah, I thought that was really fun. I think that's from the Little Campers kit. That's a really, really great item. I like that kit. That one was really cute. So yeah, I thought that made sense back there. And then yeah, just kind of repeating all of the different shrubbery throughout. Used a ton of debug stuff, a lot of just regular catalog things. Tried to layer things and fill it all up. So yeah, and here this stump is where the plant sim tree will grow. If you download the lot, it should be fully grown. Hopefully, again, that transfers. So it's like a big purple tree. You should see it in the screenshots. Because I had to do that in game to get that to work right. And then I put in the wishing well, which I can't remember what pack that came with. But yeah, so that's in there. I thought that would work well. If we end up getting fairies, I think this would be a really good lot for them. If they want to have like an eco-friendly fairy, maybe a fairy and a plant sim who are in a relationship together, that would be kind of fun to do. But yeah, I think this lot would work well for anyone who is very eco-conscious and has like 170,000 simoleons to spend. But yeah, I hope you like this lot. I had a lot of fun putting it together, even if it did take me like 3 days to do it. Yeah, I don't know. And I really enjoyed playing in it when I was just kind of testing things out. So I don't know. I might continue playing around in this house. I think it was a really good time. But yeah, you can kind of see in the kitchen there and in the toddler's room, like a bunch of stuff deleted on that wall. I'm really hoping that it's just from when I was building and maybe I deleted something by accident and it kind of glitched out and deleted things. So hopefully when you download it, everything is fine. So I'll put all that stuff back in there later on. I'll eventually notice that and take care of it. I think when I start doing the lighting for the lot, I'll do that. But yeah, kind of annoying. I don't know. I really need the Sims team to get it together and hire some more quality assurance people, because there are just way too many bugs in a game that costs this much money. And for the next build that I'm doing in the Sims 2 series, I think it's going to be one of the unoccupied houses that came with that world. It's really odd, like that. Although that's kind of like a common theme with Sims 2 builds, they were really strange. But yeah, this one it's like a pretty good size family home that I'm going to be doing. And a lot of the lots that came with River Blossom Hills had a pond and like fishing, because I think fishing was introduced with that pack. So I guess that makes sense. I don't know if I'll do a pond. I'll have to see if there's enough space for it. But yeah, it should be a good size like family house. And yeah, so I have to keep an eye out for that. I'm not really sure what I'm doing yet for the like speed building the world series that I'm also starting. I'm recording this audio at the same time as I did the historic house that I did before. So if you've left any comments, I haven't seen them yet, but I will before I do anything, of course. But yeah, if you have any thoughts on things you'd like to see, please leave a comment below. I would love to hear them. And yeah, now I'm just finishing up by doing all of the lighting on the lot. This house was a little bit of a challenge since the second floor, it's all open. There's no ceiling to attach lights to. And I didn't really want to run beams or anything across. Like maybe that would be more realistic. That's a pretty large roof to just have kind of free standing. But yeah, I didn't do that. So I just used a lot of wall lights, and I ended up using some outdoor lights you may have seen. Both downstairs and upstairs, like the street lantern sort of things. And I don't know, I kind of like the look of it. It kind of gives it that sort of indoor-outdoor feel. And yeah, I didn't do a ton in like the downstairs area. I thought the house was already, filled up enough with furniture and things. So I kept that entrance hall fairly bare. So yeah, feel free to fill that up though if you'd like to. But that is going to do it for me. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know there's a million things you could be doing, so it means a lot that you're here watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. That helps a lot. And please subscribe if you'd like to see more. And stay tuned for my next build, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.